He said lend a servo, not slice a servo.
You heard it, folks. You're watching PowetToys, and today I get the pleasure of sharing with you my favorite toy from the first wave of Transformers animated so far. There's no need to guess who that is. Bulkamania is sweeping the nation, and this is just another stop along the way.
Action figures.
Now we are taking a look at the Voyager class Bulkhead. That means he comes in a box that looks like this and can be found at any of the major retailers or online e-tailers that are selling Transformers animated. Now traditionally, any series that's featured Bumblebee, any Transformer series that is, that's featured Bumblebee has always been sort of by default the fan favorite character. Aha, but not this time, not in Transformers animated, because Bumblebee never had to contend with Bulkhead. Now, the Bulkster here was compared to at BotCon 2007 by the designers as probably being comparable to Marvel Comics' The Thing, whereas the Decepticons' Lugnut was comparable to, say, the Incredible Hulk. Now, that turned out to be a pretty fair comparison. Now there is a leader class Bulkhead, and I have him, but I don't want to show him because I don't want anything to take away from this figure. I seriously cannot convey how much fun this figure is and how much I enjoy owning this figure. It's, like I said, just a lot of fun, and I also haven't opened leader class Bulkhead yet, but I know. Open your toys. I'm getting there. More Bulkhead. Bulkhead's transformation is really cool. Not only does it feature the same automorph technology that a lot of the movie figures had and a lot of the newer animated figures have, but he also has these really cool joints on the bottom of his feet, and I'll show you those while I'm transforming it. So let's get to the transformation. The first thing we do to transform Bulkhead is to look at his bottom. Now, what we're going to do is we're going to grab one of the wheels and sort of in the middle we're going to grab the inside. And we're going to grab the whole thing and pull the leg down just like that. We're going to do the same on the other side. Just dislodge it and then bring it on down. And right away, these are the cool sort of joints on the feet. So this wheel, there's actually a really cool sort of 90-degree cut. I'm not sure you can really see that very well, but there's sort of a cut joint here that will turn this like 90 degrees so it's on the bottom of his foot. So I'll do it right here so you can see. Yeah, you can sort of see that. And I'll do it from the side on this one. I don't know, I thought this was a really cool joint that we really don't see on pretty much anything else. But let's keep moving. Now, right here, these two pieces are going to form Bulkhead's arms. But we need to move this piece first. These are the sort of siren strobes. So what we're going to do is we're going to sort of put a finger in behind here and we're going to pull so that they'll split apart. And they split apart pretty easy. It's really the only place where any force is needed on the figure. And they'll come apart and come to the sides, just like that and that. And then we'll just fold this piece in, like so, and like so. And then next, we fold the back further back. And then we pull the arms up, so they are no longer fastened to the back here, and they are spring-loaded, so check this out. Pretty cool. Anyway, we can start to see the front of Bulkhead form. Let me just move these arms down so you can see the front a little bit better. There you go. You can see the legs back here. Next, we're going to fold this entire unit up. Like so. And then, this is the automorph part, one of my favorite parts. we're going to move this front section. It's going to sort of pivot up, and as it does so, Bulkhead's head flips up. I could pretty much do that all day long. I think that's really neat. But let's keep moving. So we are almost finished. Now, I'm not sure you can see it, but even though the arms were spring-loaded, there's a little hole right there for this peg on the arm to fit in. So we just want to push that in. There, and again over here to make sure they are in snugly. And that way these really tight shoulder joints are a little bit easier to manage, you know, since the shoulder isn't moving back and forth. Or it can just come right up, just like that. Anyway, the last piece is this sort of canopy here. Now, from the back, you can see there's an angled joint under each half. So what we're going to do is we're just going to split it apart so they are free of each other. And then we're going to bend back on this sort of angled joint. Back like so, and then forward on the level joint. Back on the angle and forward on the level joint. And you can see how they sort of split aside, just like they do in the cartoon. Now, Bulkhead has all sorts of articulation, especially for sort of a chunky figure. And he has it in the hips, the knees, and not only bending at the knees, but also swiveling. Of course, I think my hands are in the way, so you might not be able to see that. He has the ratcheting shoulder, a sort of cut bicep or swivel. He has the elbows going on for him. He's got these great little like claw hands that are pretty fun. And obviously the Sam on the other side. He actually has 2 points of articulation in the neck. There's not a lot of up and down movement, but there is lots of side to side movement. Like I said, he is really posable for sort of a chunky character like this, and amazingly accurate to his form in the show. Bulkhead does feature a couple gimmicks in robot mode, basically one for each arm. For his right arm, if you pull it straight, like so, and then pull on this little black lever right here, not sure you can see it, so let me zoom in. If you pull on the lever, basically the arm bends back to sort of 90 degrees. I know I've seen this on other toys. It didn't make much sense to me then, and it doesn't really make a lot of sense to me now. Yeah, I'm not really sure about that gimmick. It sort of seems like this gimmick was put in not because it made sense, but more because, you know, basically they could. The other arm, the left arm, is a much cooler feature and is accurate to the show because it has Bulkhead's wrecking ball. So if you open up his hand, I'll just zoom in real quick. If you open up Bulkhead's hand, you can see this sort of large protrusion, and that is Bulkhead's wrecking ball. And you can see the lever for it right here. And what you do is you pull out on it. You can sort of see it pull out. If you pull out further, it will launch the wrecking ball out. So let me zoom out so we can actually see it shoot. So I'm just going to shoot, I'm going to pull on that lever, and it is tethered just like it is in the show by, in this case, a piece of string. So that's good because you're not going to lose it and it won't go too far, so it probably won't hurt many people. And to put it back, we just sort of tuck the rope into the base of where the wrecking ball was, if I can get it in there, and then just push it back in. And it should snap right in, just like that. And you can enjoy it as many times as you wish. Before I leave you, just a few reminders first. We think you deserve the most accurate reviews possible. So we at Powet.tv and PowetToys only review final versions of products. No betas, no demos, no pre-production samples. No product stolen from factories and bought on eBay. What you see is what you're going to get, because we get them at the same place. Also, remember to check out Powet.tv for all of your news on gaming, comics, toys, music, movies, and a whole lot more. And if you have any comments, questions, or concerns, feel free to email me at crazy@powet.tv. And remember, kids, the Bulkster says, open your toys.
Bumblebee, my wrecking ball's stuck again.